to make sure that you feel this. I told you, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. I told you, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Yo, before we even get into this next segment, my guy Rhyme Assassin is on the line. Turn your phone sideways, good brother, so we can make you fill the whole screen, and then we're going to get right into it. You had it right before, and then you switched it back. You might have to move it back a little bit so your head ain't chopped off, but I want to make sure you look good on the camera. So just flip it to sideways. Switch it back. There we go. And then back it up, and censor it. There you go. All right. Rhyme Assassin. I heard that I heard M.O.P. I heard my guy Fame, and I said, let me pause. Let me get a little backstory about this song before we get into it. But I just wanted to make sure I had a good segue to let everybody know that you was on deck next. So introduce yourself to everybody, Mr. Assassin.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Rhyme Assassin. I'm an MC, originally from Zimbabwe, but I'm based in the United Kingdom. And I've been doing
your accent is crazy. The fact that you guys that are from the East can have a whole other dialect, but then when you start rapping, you sound mad English. That was crazy because I wouldn't have never expected that. But go ahead, carry on.
Yeah, because I started doing hip hop 2012. I had a few episodes where I did stop, but at the moment I'm full force. I'm working on an album called Dedicated to Self. But yeah, that's just the basic info about Rhyme Assassin.
All right, that's dope. So welcome to the producer's point of view. We are live here straight out of Wall Street, New York City, downtown where all the money's at, near the Bull. And yeah, this is the Damatrix Studios. We celebrating 25 years. So you made it. You made the cut. You made the legendary year that monument that we just passed, or we're embracing right now. Tell us about where you're from and what you got working.
Yeah, so I'm based in the UK since 2002. Currently, I'm working on my album. It's called Dedicated to Self, which is dropping early 2026. So the track you just played, "Run 'Em Up," is the second single off the album, featuring M.O.P. and Rusty Jukes.
That's family too.
Yeah, so the first single was called Rhyme Apostles. It was featuring, a bunch of MCs. The intro was done by Damatrix, featuring Chino Excel, Cannabis, Kit Murray, K Solo, Afro, Rusty Jukes, Craig G, Antlive, Rex, just to name a few. So we had 12 MCs on the track with Damatrix on the intro. Then the next single is called Be Mighty, featuring Stickman from Dead Prez, and Gideon on the hook.
All right. Well, how you like Dead Prez? Like, what was your take on hip hop when you first heard Dead Prez? Turn the radio off.
Well, I think Let's Get Free. When Let's Get Free came out, I was still in Zimbabwe, and at the time it was difficult back then to get the actual tape, like when back home in Zimbabwe. So luckily when I was in college.
Don't jump over that part. Tell us how difficult it was to get the tape, because we need to paint the picture for people that need to understand that life is different in Zimbabwe compared to New York or South Carolina.
So so basically way back, like in the 90s.
There you go, dating
there was only one show which used to play hip hop on radio in Zimbabwe.
You remember it?
They would probably play 3-4 songs of hip hop. So that's how we started, getting introduced to loads of the hip hop. But then in the Zimbabwean shops, record shops, you'd never get a hip hop CD. So we used to rely on, like the rich folks. Sometimes with the parents, they would visit, America or London or South Africa. So, if they were hip hop head, then they'll buy a tape and bring it back to Zimbabwe. So I remember, like, my man Panache, when he went to South Africa, came with the DMX when DMX came out. So he was like the only person in the neighborhood with the DMX tape. So basically, he used even to charge people like $20 for listening to the tape for like an hour. So that's how crazy it was to listen to hip hop. So just to answer your question, you asked about Dead Prez. So when I was in college, one of the guys, I'm not sure which country visited, he came back with Dead Prez CD. So I actually remember the first day listening, like I was mind blown, like, the knowledge, information, the revolutionary on the tape. So on first instant, I instantly fell in love with Dead Prayers since that day.
Okay. So you've been with the culture for a while, not even being in New York City, and it still resonated with you down in Zimbabwe. I love that. So who was your first influence then? Who got you into doing the music, if you can remember?
Yeah, it was KRS-One is one of them.
Okay, that's a
Well, I
good.
was
Where's my horns at? I gotta get. There you go. Yeah, KRS-One. I had a dope interview with him back in 2009. He did a freestyle and everything, and that was super dope. That's my favorite artist. So we share
Yeah,
that.
that's my favorite rapper as well. But I first listened to him on, I think it was DJ Clue mixtape one. I think if I'm not mistaken, but I think it's one. It's not one, it's two. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this dude is crazy. Who's this dude? So I started looking for more KRS-One music. Cannabis as well when he came in, because like he was literally ripping every single track he featured. So it was scientific. So I got interested. Um, and also the Wu-Tang, especially Jesus, the Liquid Souls.
Oh, now you talking. Now you
That,
talk.
that's actually one of the first tapes I listened to from Wu-Tang was the Liquid Souls. So
You
I
remember?
think I kind of got lucky that the
You
person
remember,
who introduced me to music
you remember
introduced me, to the raw hip hop hardbody music.
I'm sorry, I was trying to cut you off. Do you remember your favorite record on that album on the Jizza Liquid Swords?
Ooh, there's so many of them.
All right, what's your favorite skit? Because I know my favorite skit. What's your favorite skit?
The skit. I need to revisit that. But my favorite track is actually Liquid Souls.
Liquid Swords, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really a lot of bad tracks on that project.
Nah, I can't skip any track on the Liquid Souls, like
It
back to
puts you in
back.
the zone. And so since it's hot in Zimbabwe, see, for us in America, that's like wintertime music. When it's cold outside, that does it make you feel cold too, even though you're in a hot climate?
But for me, like, yeah, definitely, man. Especially when you're listening to the bars and everything, the flows. So, like, people were more acquainted to, the secular music, more the commercial music. But
Mhm.
for me, my introduction was more of the lyrical side of the hip hop side. So that's what I've been listening to ever since. So whether it's winter, summer, like I'm on that. But at the same time, if you're going to clubs, we still listen,
Mhm.
Puffy, Bad Boy, all those hits. Yeah, we did listen to this as well.
That's dope. All right, so now we're gonna officially get into your record because I played it just to give us a little segue into the segment. So now we want to actually give them the full length of the joint. So set it up. Let us know who's on the record and how'd you get um uh Fame and why can't I remember Fame? Who was it? Fame and Billy Dance. God, yo, today it's been a long day. I had a party last night. I'm sorry. Yeah, Billy Dance, M.O.P. How'd you get them and Rusty Jukes? How'd you get them on the project?
So I got this the instrumental from the Archetype based in Boston. So when you send me the beat, like the style of the beat, the first person just came to mind because I was looking for someone to feature was M.O.P. Like I listened to it like 10, 20 times, but I just felt it. For me, I just like had M.O.P. on the track and no one else. So then I hit up to Billy's manager to try and set it up. It dragged a little bit. Negotiating back and forth, back and forth. Um, but eventually we agreed. Then they agreed to jump on the track, but then they did also ask me who else is going to be on the track. So I'd already previously worked with Rusty Jukes. Then I said like it's gonna be Rusty Jukes because he's also into that raw hip hop, like hard body type. Yeah, so that's how the track eventually came to motion. Then after the people loved the track and people started asking me, "Oh, are you gonna do a video? Because this track is dropped." And everyone I spoke to loved the joint. So then I went back to the drawing board, negotiated again so we can do the video. So I had to travel to Brooklyn last year to shoot the video. So we shot the video in Brooklyn.
Of course, you had to go to Brooklyn.
M.O.P.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do
Yeah,
that? Make it super
definitely.
authentic, right?
Yeah, man, and it has been amazing on the set, everything. So it gave me great mileage. So everyone is loving the track.
All right, so let's get in. We're gonna get into the track right now. You want to set it up? It's called "Run 'Em Up," and we live here on the producer's point of view, Party 101.9 on iHeartRadio. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The kids have their station. Now you have yours. The new Party 1019, New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Back in the building, Party 101.9. That was my guy, Rhyme Assassin, all the way from Zimbabwe, here on the producer's point of view. I know we're international. I always tell y'all, internationally known, regionally respected. So they know me around the town, but I'm also known outside of town too. So a lot of towns. But yeah, I like that, John. That was hard. I think that's gonna be one of the records. I told my last guest that I'm gonna use his music for some bed music because he plays the bass and that was dope. But I'm gonna use this joint for my rotation. I'm about to send this to my guy DJ Bedtime. We're gonna get you in rotation. That was hot. Appreciate you for sending us some heat. Oh, hold on. Go ahead. My bad. I muted you.
Oh, saying I appreciate the love. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Just
man. That's
the music out there. New music coming out soon as well.
Yeah, good music should be supported just like that. It should just be supported so that you as the artist can continue to crank out some new good music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gives us the energy, definitely.
Yeah, and we are international radio station that is on daily. So you'll be hearing that record play quite a bit. Once we get into rotation, we'll send you you on Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, so give everybody your Instagram and we'll add you to our playlist and you'll get a tag letting you know when the song is gonna be played and when it's gonna be in the rotation. And it's lit.
Dope. Yeah, so on social media, Rhyme Assassin on everything, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Threads. It's just Rhyme Assassin on everything. So you can, if you're not connected with Rhyme Assassin, catch me on any of those platforms. We can kick it.
That part. Yo, let me ask you a question though. If you had an opportunity to do one of these three things and stay in this mode for 30 days, which one would you choose and why? So be a producer of your music, to be a promoter of your music, or to perform your music. Which one would you pick and why?
Produce. Okay. Da, 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 da.
Do you enjoy being in the studio more, making the music, or do you enjoy being on stage, performing the music, or do you enjoy promoting it on social media? That's the easy way for me to break it down.
I think I think I enjoy the performing part.
Okay.
I think I'll pick the performance because you get real life interaction with the fans. People supporting you. You can interact with them. Sometimes you can have a conversation with them. They can tell you how they feel about the music. Plus, also when you're performing, I mean, it's a good feeling to watch that. The crowd is responding to your music. They're more expressive as they listen to the music. So I think it will have to be performances.
Dope. Thank you for the input on that. Give them some contact information, how they can get at you, and we're gonna get into the show is about to end, but I got some more music coming up later, so we want to let them know how they can go find your social media or if you have a website, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Okay, so to connect to the Rhyme Assassin, you can check my website. It's www.rhymeassassin.com. My email is unclerhymes@gmail.com. In social media, it's Rhyme Assassin, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. Connect with your boy, and then we can do some work.
All right, and that's what you heard it first right here on the producer's point of view. Again, shout out to Jesse Jess for making things happen, from around the world. I definitely appreciate when I get a chance to talk to artists from everywhere, not just in New York City. So yeah, let's get back to the show. Producer's point of view. Y'all stay tuned. Make sure you lock in, and we'll definitely this interview will be live on the producer's point of view YouTube very soon. So stay tuned for that as well too. But until then, we'll catch y'all in the next segment. Peace.
Peace.
The kids have their station. Now you have yours. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
All right, we out of here.